cannot sit. Hlala phansi. Can I ask that the councillors of this region come forward and be seated behind me? Can the councillors of the region come and be seated behind me? I want you to watch my back. I'm going to start when we have absolute silence. When I start a council meeting, no one speaks. Can we do that? Because as residents, we are going to get a chance to speak. Councillor Lobby, I saw more ward councillors this morning, and I only see yourself and Councillor Smos at the table. Can I have councillors, especially ward councillors, to make their way to the stage? And I would say, when we walk in, we use, and I use this term in council as well, we walk in with our feet that has no mouth, so we walk in silently. Thank you so much, residents of Region B. I want to welcome you all and welcome our acting mayor for the day, Councillor Eunice Mgina, that will do the presentation, as well as I want to welcome the MMC for transport, for roads and transport, Councillor Kenny Kunene. Welcome, Councillor, MMC. I also want to welcome my co-chair, Councillor Matthew Cook, that will be co-chairing with me today. I've made a call to ward councillors to come and join me on the stage so that we have you on the stage, so that residents can see who you are. The City of Johannesburg would like to welcome residents of this region to the public participation session, conducted specifically to engage with yourselves and to present to you the draft IDP, medium-term budget, the draft rates and tariffs for the City of Johannesburg for 2026-2027 financial year. As the city and as the legislature, we encourage residents to give input and to comment on the draft report that was approved in council on 25 in March. We trust that you have visited the kiosks outside to engage with departments and entities on your service delivery issues. The reason that we asked the departments and entities to come this year to this IDP is to allow communities to engage directly with them and to log complaints and raise concerns of service delivery, because those entities and those departments are your implementing agencies that must implement what the councillors has spoken or the councillors has passed in council. The city will be hosting during this month, April and May 2026, 8 physical regional summits and three targeted stakeholder meetings in the various 7 regions, online meetings and targeted stakeholder engagements, which is virtual for the business sector. I would ask, when the acting mayor presents the draft IDP, that we are silent, that movement is minimal, or rather movement is zero, so that you can come and question from an informed perspective. We also want to say to you, there are questionnaires that you are able to fill in. The table over there on my left, which is your right, you fill in the form when you ask questions, and they will then submit it to the executive to answer. There's also a QR code that you can scan in and that you can ask questions. That QR code will also be on the screen, but it's also somewhere in your package. And I do believe that 99% of you were given the package. So as the presentations come, you will be able to read and you will be able to follow. In case they jump a slide or anything, you have it on your package. With those words, I want to thank you, and I want to call upon the acting executive mayor, who is also the MMC for development planning, to come and present to you. Can we ensure that we have minimal movement, especially our officials? Oh, I'm sorry. Ooh, I will be killed. I've walked into somebody's house and I decided to talk, and I have not even been given that to talk. Councillor Smosa, sorry. Can we call your ward councillor of Ward 82 to welcome you in our house?
I'm seeing that. Greetings in that wonderful name and that powerful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Greetings, Madam Speaker, Deputy Mayor in absentia, the City Manager, MMCs and councillors of the City of Johannesburg, all officials that is present today, and mostly greetings to our residents in Region B. Welcome to my house, Ward 82. My name is Councillor Marilyn Smos, and let us engage and make sure that we keep all entities and everybody that's here today accountable. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor Smosa, and once again, apologies. I also want to welcome the City Manager. He's somewhere here with all his officials. I saw the coup, and I suppose others will still be walking in. Acting Executive Mayor, the stage is yours. You can do your presentation. Thank you.
That's not possible. The speaker says she is taller than me. I'm refusing. Thank you very much, Speaker. Ke tlo kopa hore re thuleng, a ke re kgone ho utlwa presentation, because this presentation speaks to what you have suggested previously and what we have managed to do importantly. So if you keep quiet, it will assist us to understand each other as well. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, Councillor Arnold. Greetings to councillors that are here today, to our city's officials who are led here by the city manager, and most importantly to Region B residents who managed to attend this IDP session. I'll be presenting on the draft 2026-2027 integrated development plan and budget for this particular region. Are you winning? Okay, yeah, I think it's much better. Okay, that is better. Okay, thank you very much. We can move to the next slide. On this slide, it explains that the following that are listed here are the main areas that will be covered by the 2025-2026 IDP plan, and they include collaboration with residents, prioritization of basic services, as well as delivering what matters most to the residents and taking ownership of course together and promoting accountability. That is what this slide speaks to. The next slide, residents, it speaks about key indicators which includes the basic services, economics, social development, and the environment, as well as the city's which delivers a strong basic services at the scale, but also we continue to face, it shows that we continue to face socio-economic challenges, unemployment, poverty and inequality, and all of this demand bold and integrated solutions. That's what this slide represents. The next slide, it speaks to access to basic services. The city has almost 90% for formal dwellings. We provide water to about 98% of residents. Electricity, we provide 95%. Sanitation and services, we provide 93% of residents. And we provide refuse removal to almost 91% to all our residents. So that slide speaks to that. The next slide, residents, speaks to how the city develops the IDP plans. Our planning principles include ensuring that the services are provided at grassroots level, that residents' voices are heard in shaping the plan, that as well that communities' issues are translated into funded programs. We also stress meaningful participation, and we also emphasize our community's priorities on the slide. So you can see the next part will speak to what you said and what we did as a government. So it also shows when we had engagements with different stakeholders in this particular region, in region B. And the next slide speaks to issues, as you can see listed up there, in the public participation processes that we had, which includes illegal dumping, completion of projects, the provision of electricity, housing, high mast lights, safety and security, water and sanitation issues, and the rest of the burning issues are also listed on the box above, as you can see it. I think the next one, like I indicated, speaks to issues of the state of services in region B. The slides that are reflected there speaks to service delivery challenges that were identified, and it also indicates which wards, and in your case it's almost in all wards, and the mitigation or required actions that we were required to undertake as the city. So all those slides that are following speaks to that. If you can go through them there. I won't go through because I take it you have an e-presentation, and the presentation also speaks to that, and you have it there with you, and you'll be able to peruse it and go through it yourselves and see where you are affected, the wards that are affected. It also continues to show you progress on CAPEX project, what we did now. So what you said, and now we're saying this is what we have done as the city. So those projects, which are CAPEX projects, are enlisted in that particular, in the next slides. If you can go through them, Tutuga, all those planning, the projects that we have done, these are projects that we did as government in this particular region. Those are CAPEX projects, are big projects that we are doing. Some of them, they're on planning process, others are complete, others are continuing are continuing in the city. So those are projects. Won't go through them. I take it, Speaker, we managed to give all of them. This slide also speaks to the budget allocated to those particular projects, and the project names and how much was allocated and for which years. So it gives you that information as well. Right down to the next part, which is also quite critical for us to understand that on this particular region, what are the strategic points for us to address, and also what are challenges. So if you see the next on this, the one that is flighted, it talks to our promise to the residents of Johannesburg, which is to make the city a resilient, inclusive, and innovative city by 2040, as directed by the city's growth development strategy outcomes, as listed on the site there, how we want to respond to our IDP priorities. So you also go through that. It explains what we intend to do. On the slide, we are clear that we have a clear plan to deliver for Johannesburg. We have adopted a single system to fix services in our city, to grow the economy, and to also restore accountability. So on this next slide, it gives you our roof of strength in terms of the strategic partners that we have. We are going to strengthen our strategic partnerships and continue to work together to build a Joburg that works for everyone. So that is what the slide speaks to. The next slide, it also reflects that we are also on track to stabilize our financial position, to unlock growth, and also to create opportunities and jobs for our residents in Johannesburg. Today, this morning, we were at Macro, myself and the city manager, doing our continuous operations in the city of compliance, of course, because we are quite clear in making sure that our residents respond to compliance issues in Johannesburg, whether it's on issues of finance, issues of build control, issues of environmental health, and any other compliance issues that are needed in the city. We are attending to that. The next slide, we are also saying we're on track to fix core infrastructure systems. That includes water, energy, roads, and stormwater. MMC, as I acknowledge you, I know I did not acknowledge you in my acknowledgements. Stormwater and drainage, refuse removal, while also responding to sustainable plans to mitigate against climate change issues as well. That is what this slide speaks to. The next slide also, we are continuing also to say we're working hard as the city to restore the rule of law. So we are working around the clock, make sure that we restore safety in our city and the rule of law. You will engage the presentation. You don't have to howl, just listen and we go through the presentation, then you'll engage the presentation. You'll have that opportunity. On this slide, residents, we are also committed to building a smart city through the use of technology. We are all aware that we now live in the world of technology and innovation. So it's quite critical for us to adjust ourselves to that level as well as the city, and we are committing and continuing to commit that we will work together with our residents to achieve that. On this slide, residents, we are also saying our foundation, it's the accelerated service delivery, and our foundation is providing that service, which includes speeding up delivery, raising standards, and holding ourselves accountable as the city. The next slide speaks to what is the intervention by the national government, as well. As you are all aware that together with national and provincial partners, we are also working together under the auspice of the Presidential Johannesburg Working Committee group to accelerate services, deliver across 8 priority areas as indicated in this particular slide. Okay.
Those people that are giving out water, UJ, people that are giving out water, leave the water on the side so that people are able to take water. You are causing a lot of noise, and residents need to listen so that they are able to respond. Leave it on the aisle, and the one sitting in the corner can give to others. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Speaker. I think I was just emphasizing that we are working quite well with the Presidential Working Group to accelerate services in our city across all the 8 priority areas as indicated in this particular slide. So the slide is clear. As well on the slide, residents, we have also adopted an aggressive smart investment strategy to meet the data-driven priorities for the lasting impact in our communities. So this is what we have done on this particular slide as indicated. The next one also continues to speak about smart investment or targeted investment to also, it also reflects in terms of the regions that we are attending to in this particular slide. The next slide also, I think, indicates the total budget of the city, which is approximately sitting now at 91.1 billion, and it's geared towards supporting the city's goal and achieving its financial sustainability as well. So this is what we anticipate, and we hope this will be achieved at the end of the day. This is what we think will help us to bring services to our communities. The next slide speaks to the budget. It indicates that the budget is also geared towards strengthening infrastructure, provision of human settlements, and provision of essential basic services, as indicated in that slide as well. Here, the next slide, as I conclude, Madam Speaker, I think it's a slide that wants to call on all of us together with residents and partners in the city to build a fair, inclusive and responsive city for all of us. And we hope that we will have an opportunity to address this fair and inclusive working with yourselves in the city together. I know that the Part C is dealing with tariffs, and Tutuga, you'll guide, and Kuresh, who will be leading us on that part of the properties tariffs, because we have changes. Even though I know that in Johannesburg, not that because I'm from Johannesburg, I know our tariffs are quite fair, as you would compare our tariffs with other municipalities in the country, actually. So I will request that Kuresh will guide us in terms of the person who will be presenting our tariffs, how we have, or how we are going to increase our tariffs on property, on electricity, on water, sanitation, and refuse. So it's important for you as residents to also understand that part on how. So the person who will be unpacking that properly for you is an official, which it will be shared. She will be joining. I think it's Sihle, if she's here. Thank you very much. Badu di Raleboch.
Thank you so much, MMC, and I hope that we have taken in and we've noted our questions. And I want to agree with the MMC that we listen, and at the time of questions, we ask those questions. I'm now going to call, oh, you're behind me. I'm calling Pumza. She's going to be the one that takes us through the rates and our tariffs. And I think we need to listen closely because this is important.
I think we are the same height. Good morning, Speaker. Good morning, Acting Mayor. Good morning, MMC. Most importantly, good morning, residents. I am here, I'm a bit short. I am here to talk about, my name is Pumza. I am from the property unit. I am here to talk about the rates policy. The rates policy deals on how, as the city, rates your properties. This is a very important part because it talks about your properties. How, as we, as the city of Johannesburg, rates your properties. The rates policy is based on the Municipal Property Rates Act, and in terms of the act, the rates that we charge, Speaker, must be fair. It is important that this process is a fair process, and we are consulting to make sure that you are aware, and it is a fair process. We are also, what is important is the fact that rates is a tax. We know that in a tax, Speaker, there are those who can afford, not afford. So we talk about rebates. We give residents rebates, those who cannot afford to pay property rates. The property rates, I hope all of us are aware of our market value. The property rates, they are based on your market value, and they are recorded. We have about 900 properties in the city of Johannesburg. They are recorded in what we call general valuation roll. As you can see in that slide, the greens, we have different types of properties. We call those properties property categories. The greens, they are biggest contributors. Residents, you contribute about 25% to the city's revenue through you paying your property rates. Your biggest contributors are your business and commercial, your mining, your industrial. We also have religious properties. The religious properties are exempted from paying rates. Thank you. Next slide. We spoke about fairness. We looked around and we looked at the economy, and we are aware that the economy is not doing well, not just in the city of Johannesburg, but internationally. So when we did our modeling, we came up with 3.6%. That is the proposed rates increase for the 2026-27, which will be implemented on 1st of July 2027. We require you to make an input if you agree with us. When we did the modeling, we considered affordability, if our residents will be able to afford that 3.6%. And in terms of a tariff, the residential will move from 0.009889, and it will increase by 3.6, and the business tariff, remember, we have different types of property categories. So it will also increase by 3.6. I must say all property categories will increase by 3.6. It is a proposed. That is why we are consulting you. And when we looked at the ratio means that when you compare residents with another category, in terms, if we are comparing business with residential, business are paying, the ratio is 1:2.5, meaning if I am paying as a residential property owner 100 rand, the businesses will pay 250. If I am a residential property owner paying 1,000 rand, businesses will be paying 2,500. There is no change on the ratio. The change is on the proposed, on the tariff. The next slide, please. I've mentioned different types or categories of properties. We have your business and commercial, we have agricultural properties, we have the residential, and we have residential. I want to talk about residential with consent use. If you want to run a business in your residential area, you must go to town planning and apply for what we call consent use, so that we know that in your area you are running a business. We're not saying that you cannot run a business. We understand that the economy is not doing well, so people must be creative to ensure that there is development in the city. Yes. Speaker, we have what we call unauthorized use. This is a penalty tariff. If you are using your property illegally, we have to penalize you. We are going to charge you 12 times the residential. Meaning if the residential is paying 100 rands, you are going to pay 1,200. We are not saying you cannot run a business, but we are saying you must get approval. For instance, if you decide to run a church,
Wait. No. You see, listening is a skill. And coming late is also something else. We have asked people to listen, and after they've listened to the presentations, they will then give their input. Please don't do that. Please don't. Others are sitting and waiting patiently. Don't intimidate the presenters. Don't.
and we also have multi-purpose properties. Those are mixed properties. So if you, for instance, you have a building that is comprised of residential and business, one component will be rated as business and the other one will be rated as residential. The next slide, please. We understand this is a tax. I mentioned that there are those who cannot afford to pay. There are those who are not working. They will not be able to afford to pay. There are those who are pensioners that have worked hard for this city. They are not able to pay. We consider those. We consider those under rebate. Remember, we said we have residential properties. The first, in your market value, the first 300,000, if you have a property of 500,000, we are going to deduct the 300,000 and you will only pay on 200,000. This applies, Speaker, to all the residential properties in the city of Johannesburg. And in terms of the act, it is supposed to be 15,000, but we looked at the market value in Johannesburg. We said we want to make a difference. So it should be, we increased it from 15,000 to 300,000. And we have pensioner rebates. I hope everyone who is 60 is getting a pensioner rebate here. We have two types of pensioners. We have 60 to 69. We consider the income for 60 to 69, and the maximum threshold for 60 to 69 is 1.5. Above that, you will pay, but we consider the income. They either get 50% or 100%, depending on the income. We have the 70 and above. If you are a pensioner, if your mother is 70 and above, or your father is 70 and above, they get 100% rebate. We don't even check the income. We are saying thank you. You've worked hard for the city. Yes. We have the ESP. The ESP, if you are not working, and your property is 500,000, you will not pay rates and taxes. The next one. These are all types of rebates. These are your heritage sites, your protection of animals, your vacant land outside the development zone, and your retired housing for retirement schemes, they get 50%. We have your child-headed households. Those households that are headed by children, they must also apply. We consider them. And to promote, Speaker, the development in the city, we have what we call those areas that are identified in the IDP as corridors of freedom. They will also get a rebate. We have township industrial development. Phase 1, they will get a 75%, and phase 2, they will get a 50% rebate. What are we proposing this year? This year, that is the implementation from 1st of July, 2026. We are saying, if you are a vacant, remember, vacant land, if you own a vacant land and then you build, we will charge you, let's say you own a vacant land and you build a residential property, we will charge you, vacant land is 4 times the residential tariff. It is a bit expensive. We want people not to speculate. That's why we don't want people to hold land. We want people to develop so that we can improve the economy of the city. So if you have a property and you develop residential properties, for us to charge you a residential tariff, you must give us an occupancy certificate. Speaker, we are proposing to introduce a rebate for advanced payment. This is very important for the city. If you pay in advance, you will get a rebate. That money, we are going to use it for economic development. The other thing, Speaker, that we are proposing is a rebate for public schools. We know that there is quintile 1, 2, and 3. Quintile 1 and 2 and 3, they are not paying fees. So why must we charge them if they are not paying fees? That money must be invested in the development of education to better our future. I've already mentioned, Speaker, that we are proposing a 3.6% tariff increase. We take care of our pensioners. Every year, we increase the rebate because we want to bring more pensioners. We've increased again the numbers from 13,040. If you are earning, again, we still have 2 categories. If you are earning 13,049, and this year it will be 13,519, those who are working and now you are earning 13,519, you will get 100% rebate. And the threshold, remember, it is 1.5. That means we are including everyone in this. We've increased the 22,367. We've increased it to 23,172. Those one will get 50% rebate with a threshold of 1.5 million. The 71, if you are 70 and above, you will still get 100%. We don't even consider how much you are getting. This is a way of saying you have worked hard for the city. Thank you. The private schools, we are in year 4. I hope all the private schools, we have sent them letters. Private schools and independent schools will be charged 100%. When we started in 2023, we gave them a speaker a rebate of 25%. The second year, we gave them a rebate of 75 or 50%. Last year, we gave them 75%. This year, we are going to charge them full rate as business and commercial. Last year, we told residents that we are going to introduce what we call non-maintenance tariff. If you are not, you are neglecting your property, we told residents, we did not apply it. We told you last year that we will implement it this year. This year, we are not implementing it. This is still a process of consultation. We still want residents to take care of their properties. Remember, this property revenue, it contributes a lot to the 9.1 billion that was mentioned by the acting mayor. The next slide, okay. This is just a summary. I've already indicated this. The last slide is just a summary. The rebate for quintals 1, 2, and 3, the non-paying paying fee schools will get a rebate. Strategically, we must also, as the city of Johannesburg, contribute to the government's strategy of ensuring that our children get the best education. We have a 12-month, if you pay in advance, colleagues and residents, you will get a rebate. The private and independent schools, this year they will, from 1st of July, pay a full rate, and the public schools also will pay a full rate, but they are under public service purpose. For us to get this rebate, we must ensure that our accounts are in good standing, meaning that they are not in arrears. But if you are in arrears, please go and make payment arrangements so that you can get your rebate. Thank you, Speaker. That's all from my side.
Umza? Thank you so much, guys. 1, 2. Thank you so much, Pumza, and to the MMC. We are now going into our second session. We've listened to presentations. We are now going to engage as residents. We are going to engage. I'm going to call to the stage Chairperson Matthew Cook, that's going to do the questions and answer session, and we will then take it from there. He will explain to you how you're going to do it and who is allowed and who's not allowed. Thank you. But all residents are allowed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thanking you, Acting Executive Mayor, MMCs, chairpersons, councillors here present, and to you, the community of Region B. I think a big round of applause to all of you for attending. It's wonderful to see Danie van Zyl so full today with residents across wards of Region B. Speaker, I know you did ask earlier for the ward councillors to come forward. We have 12 wards in this region, Speaker, and I'm only seeing 3 ward councillors here. So if there are other ward councillors present, please can we ask those ward councillors to come up and be visible on the stage. If the ward councillors are here, please can they come up. If the ward councillors are not here, your communities are taking note. It's election year, take note. Right, we will now start with the question and answer session. As I've mentioned, we have 12 wards in Region B, and we are going to allow only 2 members from each ward to present. Now, I understand that there are lots of concerns here today. However, there is an IDP comment form which is available, and there is a QR code which I believe will be going up on the screens as well and is available at the desks outside. I need to really make this point very clear to everybody here that these forms, and if you scan the QR code which is up on the screens at the moment, the submissions close on Monday the 18th of May at 5 p.m. sharp. So that means that if you've made a submission, whether it be on a written submission or through the QR code, or whether you've raised your voice here in this session, they will all be treated equally. So for those of you who maybe aren't well spoken or might be nervous to speak, it's better for you to take your time. You have a couple of weeks still to submit these forms. So don't worry if you don't get a chance to raise your question today. You've also got the opportunity to go outside to some of the entities and raise your concerns there. But if you don't get an opportunity today, make sure that your submissions reach us by 5 o'clock on the 18th of May. You can collect one of these forms from us today, or you can scan the QR code and be taken to it. It doesn't make any difference whether you make an online submission, a written submission, or a voice submission here today. So as I said, there are 12 wards. We're going to take 2 people from each ward, and we're going to allow only 2 minutes per presenter. Only 2 minutes per presenter. So I haven't given you the platform to speak. So you haven't been given the platform to speak.
Ismail. Ismail. Ishmael, there are rules, and the rules are saying whether you write, whether you scan, or whether you have the opportunity here to speak. You are 12 wards, so let's multiply 2 people by 12, it's 24 people. You multiply 24 by 2, it's 48 minutes. You multiply another 2 minutes for people to respond. It's another 48 minutes. It's going to be 2 hours. And people would want to leave as community because they want to be responded to. So we are going to give 2 people per ward to give a verbal question for 2 minutes. So if you are clever, you will speak to the one that comes into your ward or represent your ward and say to that person, I am from Ward 17. Can you please take my question and ask my question? Be innovative, Ishmael. I thank you, colleagues. We are going to be taking 2 people. Ward 68 will be starting, and the councillor will check who the hands are that flies up first. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I think that was very clear. We are going to move on to Ward 68. As I said, we'll be taking 2 hands. And to make it fair, I'm going to go to this gentleman over here. You can come up, sir. And at the back in the blue shirt, you can come up, ma'am. If I've given you an opportunity to speak, you can stand in the front.
colleagues, residents, can I give my opinion? The lady with the white t-shirt, Chair, her hand was up even when there was no timer. So I believe the lady with the white t-shirt will be the first one for Ward 68. Then my dear friend, Chacharacha, what is his name? Ishmael, was number 2. So that's Ward 68, will be the lady with the white t-shirt, and Ishmael will be number 2. I will tell you something. No, councillors. I have 4 eyes, and with the 4 eyes, I saw whose hands were up first. No, you don't do that. No. The lady's hand was up, and then Ishmael's hand went up. Can we go to the next ward? Can we go to the next ward? Ward 69. Can I see 2 hands from Ward 69?
Man in the cap and this lady.
This man over here and this lady over here. Come, ma'am. Come, sir. Come. 1. No, it's this lady. No, but I can't take 2 of them. 1 this side and 1 that side. You can give your question to her. Come, sir. You are next. You stand behind Ishmael. I'm not going to take the other 2 from Ward 68. You can write in. Please don't cause anarchy. And every year, this is Ward 68. Every year, Councillor Spouser, every year. Right. The next ward.
I'll get it now.
Ward 82. There's a lady over here.
And the lady at the back with
And the lady at the back with the white. Ward 69 and Ward 82, you are disciplined.
Should we do those 3 first?
The lady with the white. I love Ward 69 and Ward 82, you are disciplined. High discipline, high morale. Okay. The chairperson will take over now, and the chair will call according to what we have identified. Thank you, Chair. Can the other people please contain yourself until your time comes? Because we are recording. We are recording. And if we can't hear them, their questions goes missed. We are going to call you according to how we identified you. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. Can I ask the first presenter from Ward 68? Your 2 minutes is on the clock. You have 2 minutes to answer your question. Please identify yourself, your name, and what ward you are from. Ma'am? Ma'am?
Good afternoon to all residents, all protocol observed on the panel. Jacqueline August is my name from Ward 68. It's not a question that's got anything to do with the IDP. It's specifically a question to our
Your time is ticking, ma'am.
to our speaker. Now I wanted her to sit down. Speaker, due to all respect, IDP, we have it every year. And according to my understanding, it is the public at the end of the day. You come to the public as the panel, as the city. You pose and tell us how far you have come and the way forward. And it is for us to respond and to tell you our challenges on the ground. Hence, I just said I'm a resident of 68. And in Ward 68, we have 8 VDs. And I feel it is utterly not fair to the residents. We have 8 VDs in 68. How do we have 2 minutes to come here and to come and give our complaints and our concerns of all 8 VDs? And this is happening every year. You have rightfully said it, that 68 every year, this is the problem. And it is going to be the problem because there is no communication. Because there is no communication from your office prior to the RDP, stating that could we have representation across the ward
You
so
have
that
10
we can
seconds left.
compile our issues and our reasons. So when we get here, this doesn't happen. But for as long as that communication
Thank
is
you,
not
ma'am.
made,
Your time is up. Please, can you identify yourself? Ma'am, please, can you identify yourself? Your name, please.
no question.
Your name, please.
Sanbonani
I'm sorry, I haven't acknowledged you. Ishmael was the next person from Ward 68.
Nami Ward 68 baba.
I didn't acknowledge you, ma'am.
Khonjiwe nami Ward 68.
I didn't acknowledge you, ma'am.
Angikwazi ukukhulunyelwa Ishmael.
Ma'am, I didn't.
Ishmael akahlala eZampilo.
Ma'am, out of respect for all
Ishmael
the...
akahlala eZampilo.
Please cut the mic.
Ishmael
Ma'am,
akahlala eZampilo, ngikhulumela iZampilo mina. Hayi, hayi.
ma'am, out of respect for everybody else here, we've made the rules very clear. There is an online submission, and you're able to make a written submission, ma'am. Please allow the next person to speak, who we acknowledged. Ma'am, you can move aside, please. Please allow the next representative who was acknowledged from your ward to speak. Ma'am, out of respect for all the residents who are sitting here today, ma'am, you are currently disrespecting all the residents who have made the time to be here today. We have made it very clear that whether your submissions are made written or online, they are given the same weighting. Ma'am, please take your seat.
Tozama.
You must listen to us.
No. What do you want? Okay, you have all said let us speak. You have all said let us speak. until you are quiet. Until you are quiet. Lucky, switch off that mic. Until you are quiet. Until you respect yourselves. And I'm going to speak now. And I'm going to tell you what I believe is happening. And you will listen. And you will listen attentively. Because I can tell you something. I know where Ishmael is, there is chaos. I know. I know. I listened to your screaming. I listened to your screaming. There's Pennyville and who? Just hold on.
Pennyville, Reveille, Zamimpi.
Now I'm going to do it this way. Acting Mayor, MMCs, I'm going to do it this way. And it is an don't say she. Ella, don't say she, Tozama. Don't. I respect you and I expect the same respect back. MMCs, please listen to me and councillors. Ward 68. Ward 68. Wijk 68. Has an issue. And the issue is like this. Uyathetha. Uzakuthetha manje. They have Reveille. Am I right? Ward 68 has Reveille. Ward 68 has Pennyville. Am I right? And Ward 68 also has, they also have Zamampilo. Am I right? Sorry,
Sir,
Baba.
I don't think pointing
Sorry,
your hand
Baba.
is very good conduct.
Sorry, Baba. Like you, sorry, Baba. Like you are somebody's father and you are somebody's husband. We are also somebody's wives and somebody's mothers. Okay? So you have Reveille, you have Zamampilo, and you have, right. Now I'm going to be creative. We had one person that spoke. She spoke for 2 minutes, right? Tozama is from? Tozama is from Zamampilo. Tozama will not speak for Reveille. She will speak for Zamampilo. And then Ishmael, I don't know where he's speaking. Are you Reveille? You will speak for Reveille. Now they will speak, I will entertain the two of them. But today I'm pleading, Councillor, come stand here. I'm pleading with the councillor. As councillors, we have about 5 months left. And I'm asking you today to control your community. To communicate with your community. And to control them so that we don't find more Zamas coming and doing what she did. So Zama, your 2 minutes starts. And don't use your 2 minutes to say anything else, but speak up your questions. Akir? Right. Zamampilo, listen, she's representing you. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. Ma'am, you can proceed with your 2 minutes. Please introduce yourself to start.
Sanibonani Thozama ezampilo wat 68. Ngizokhuluma ngezampilo. Ngikhuluma ngezampilo ngezindlu. Sicela izindlu ezampilo. Indawo esihlala kuyo ayikho right indawo esihlala kuyo. Ama toilet anempethu esitoiletha kuwo. Sitoilethele emabhakedeni thina. Asena ama toilet thina. Upick it up agezi ezampilo uklina kayi1 thina sicela ugundela utshani thina ezampilo ayikho iservice kahle ezampilo thina asinawa service ezampilo mina ngifuna uqamba manga mara ukhansela thina sinaye kodwa kufanele ukuthi asinaye thina ukhansela sinaye ngegama angazi ukusela how many months ukuthi sivote manje ucha imikhukhu bichile last week imikhukhu zasimbone thina ukhansela ezampilo iyawa imikhukhu kodwa sithenjiswe ukuthi izindlu zikhona eHodrand kuthiwa kushoda amanzi 3 years kunama shoda amanzi but izindlu azitholakala siyavota ngoNovember ufuna ukwazi kahle senze njani thina ezampilo mele sivote thina sivoteleni ningasenzeli next asiqali ukuzalana thina dala sizala complaina ngento eyi1 each and every year sicomplaina ngento eyi1 indawo esihlala kuyo thina ayikho right ezabantu abavotayo cela nisiphakamele abantu abaphambili siyacela please indawo esihlala kuyo ayijabulisi tu asazi thina ukhansela noba sinaye na ngendlela engibona ngasinaye anifuna uqamba amanga sinayo ukhansela thina ezampilo thina ayikho into asenzela yona ukhansela thina ezampilo.
You have 20 seconds left.
Akuna next asenzela yona and asivoti ezampilo thina asivoti tuwe wathi asivoti thina sivotela ukuthi sohlala edotini asivoti thina.
Thank you, ma'am. Your time is up.
Good afternoon.
Can you please introduce yourself? Can I ask the rest of the room to please respect the speakers on the platform? Can I ask everybody in the room to please respect the people who are on the platform? They are raising questions on behalf of you, but you are not even prepared to listen to them. I'm not going to continue with the questions until I can hear the speakers. So those of you who are speaking, if you want to speak, you are welcome to speak outside. But inside, we are listening to the speakers, and we are listening to the people who are raising questions and asking the executive and the officials here to listen to the concerns. Ishmael, you can proceed.
Ishmael van Wyk, Ward 68. For too long, we've blamed our ward councillor for a very, very long time. So if the MMCs, the speaker, the mayor cannot listen to us, then we keep on blaming our ward councillor. I think it's wrong. Our school have burned down. Now we talk about IDP. We submit the submissions every year with the same challenges arising. Now you come to this platform, and how else can we prove to ourselves and to the community that we need better? We deserve better. We Ward 68, from challenges to our community to challenges to the stadium, it's the same person taking our plies in MC lobby, but nothing happens. So you don't expect us to just come here, sit, listen. Like for argument's sake, what Umpamelo was saying, the city spends billions, but you get back millions. I'm going to repeat it. The city spends billions, but yet you receive millions. So guys, we are the ones on the floor. We're the ones voting, but there's no change. I mean, let's take for argument's sake, the MMC of Transport. He has spent 194 million twice. There's no accountability on it. But when residents complain, there are serious implications. We've been threatened, we have to be outside. I mean, look at us, we are the voters. So the MMC of Health, service providers, NGOs, NPOs were not paid. So how are we supposed to, I mean, we are representing the city. When you say an NGO or an NPO, it represents the same emblem you are carrying, but yet those people are not paid. I wanted to bring
You
it up
have
personally.
20 seconds left.
So we've got Councillor Tapelo, community development. What exactly when he says community development? Because open spaces, it's not been cut, it's not been serviced. We understand parks and recreation, but I mean, we are people. They say don't go out of your community, spend time in your community. With that, I thank you.
Thank you, sir. Your time is up. Thank you, Ward 68. I trust that Ward 68 will listen attentively to the questions raised by Ward 69. Ward 69, your first speaker, please introduce yourself.
My name is Edmund. I'm from Ward 69. First, I want to direct this to JRA. Our Ria Vaya in the Westbury, immediately we ask if you can get the Ria Vaya management to drop our elderly, our school children, our nurses at the Westbury stop, the bus C6 and F8, they can load in the streets. They don't want to, so when they go further down, they get mugged in Westbury. If they go further at opposite Shell at the Coronationville, they get robbed there. And another thing I want to ask you is in Coronationville, we have the blind school there. People is getting killed. Today, this weekend, they're burying somebody that was killed there. It's not the first time. It keeps on happening. People get mugged. And on the IDP, I've been asking for the last 15 years for a sidewalk in Riversdale for our school children. It can't be like that if you go and live. I mean, we pay our rates. We are rate payers. We're not ducking our rates. And another thing, I'm asking you to let the whole of Johannesburg pay their rates and lights. You can't say that's an indigenous area. It's not an indigenous area. The people must register, and you got to do it. You got to let those people register. There's people laughing at us and say we're not paying, we're paying nothing, we live for free. That is very irresponsible of the city not to let other people pay. Thanks.
Thank you very much, sir, for your contribution. Ma'am, please introduce yourself. Your 2 minutes starts now.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Danie, and I'm from Westbury, Ward 69. Okay, the problem that we face in Westbury is street lights. And then another thing, because we women that's on street at night, going to church, but walking in dark streets. And then the next one is also we would like more police visibility in the area as well. And then we also have another problem in the Joe Slovo Park, the Slovo Park, which also falls under Ward 69. The residents from Slovo Park request like electricity and then housing as well. And then they also have a problem with illegal immigrants. And then what else is there? Is that all? Okay, yeah, those are the issues we face, Ward 69, Westbury, and Joe Slovo Park.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your very concise questions.
Okay.
Thank you very much. We move on to Ward 82. Ward 82. Ma'am, can you please introduce yourself? Can I ask those of you in the hall, please just keep it down and let's have respect for the others. We are doing much better than what we were, but if we could just take it down again, just be mindful of people on the platform. Ma'am, please introduce yourself.
Good morning, everybody, to the panel. My name is Bernadette. I'm a current resident in Ward 82, the Waterval complex. My question first and foremost is, when is your office coming to rescue people that are currently facing a serious disaster? God forbid it doesn't happen soon in Waterval flats. About 2 months ago, the councillor, thank you very much, Councillor Marilyn, for coming out with the regional director, Mr. Cello Limau, to do a walkabout in the flat complex. We showed out, we actually took you to all the hazards in the flats, but up till to date, nothing, no feedback for us. Second question, where is the funded line item in your CAPEX projects for sewer infrastructure electrical upgrades in our flat complexes. Not only, I'm not here standing for Waterval, all the other flats, because nobody mentioned it. And, in our flat complexes and surrounding areas of Newlands, Ward 82. And thirdly, the historic old, debt. Is anything going to happen soon to it? People want to pay for services. The amounts are just escalating every month. How can you rent a council flat for 40 years? Currently, the unit that I'm occupying is a health hazard. I want to give the flat unit key back to the council, but I know that they still have to give me other place because of the
10
health
seconds.
hazard that is currently taking. Our flats are in very poor, bad conditions. Please do something.
Thank you,
And
ma'am.
our youth don't.
Thank you, ma'am. Your time is up. Ma'am, you can introduce yourself and proceed.
Good afternoon, Speaker. Good afternoon to the residents. Good afternoon to the councillors. I'm Ernestine Watson, Ward Committee member from Ward 82. Human settlement, you really need to take us serious because we are living in conditions that is quite unbearable. It is extremely unbearable that you go sleep with anxiety thinking that the building will fall upon you. Stop saying that it is immediate eviction, immediate action, and there's no action at all because we still need to go back and live in those conditions on a daily basis. Road JRA, please can speed humps become a priority in our communities because it is quite safe. The safety is a problem at schools. Speed humps needs to be a priority, not just in certain streets, not just in certain areas, in all the areas. Public safety. Public safety needs to come to our communities because our children are dying. Young children, our youth are dying. We need to have programs where we need to ensure that you come and save our communities. Public safety, there is none that we are seeing. Youth development programs are being not utilized because it's not being shared with the communities on a daily basis. We're talking about, I was asked to give a question on the electric project that is incomplete in Katrada Park. They're saying that they want to activate with power, completing the project. Please complete the project before you activate the whole area. Complete the project.
You have 30 seconds left.
That is all I'm going to say, because at the end of the day, the infrastructure is failing us. Human settlement is failing us. Public safety is failing us. I'm not too sure what the council is saying to me, but I will find out and I will ensure that I give that in. But all entities is failing our communities dismally. We need you to come and intervene and service us as communities. We cannot keep on living like this.
Thank you very much, ma'am. We are going to move on to the next couple of wards. For those presenters coming up, and just a reminder once again, if you haven't been able to ask a question, please fill out a form or scan the QR code. Your questions, and that will be addressed in the same way that they're addressed in these forums. So please, if you haven't been able to ask a question in this forum, please fill out a page. They're available on this side of the room, or scan the QR code. I'm also going to ask that speakers please keep to their questions. I think for everybody sitting here, you saw it by the last couple of speakers. They got their points across very clearly, and they also managed to address many things. We're going to move on to Ward 86. Can I see hands from Ward 86? Ward 86. Do I have any hands? I've got one speaker for Ward 86. Do I have another speaker for Ward 86? Going, gone. Ward 87. Are there any people that would like to speak on Ward 87? Ward 87, where's the hand from Ward 87? This is your Melville ward, Melville, Auckland Park. 87, any comments from 87? I'm moving. Is there a gentleman? He can come forward. You said he's from 86, is that correct? Thank you. I've got the two from 86. I'm on 87. Any representatives from 87? Going, gone. 88, Ward 88 at the back, ma'am, and you, sir, that's the two. You can come forward. That's 87, 88, and 90, Ward 90. Do we have any hands from Ward 90? Ward 98, Ward 98, are there any you can come forward, ma'am. Any other talkers from 98? 99, Ward 99. Yes, sir, you can join. Any others from 99? Ward 102. I see a hand there and a hand there. I'll take one hand from there. You can come forward, ma'am. 102. Ma'am, you can come. You can come. 104, Ward 104. Do we have hands from 104? You can come, sir. And Ward 117. 117. 117, you can come forward, sir. That concludes the speakers for today. Ma'am, we're going to start with you. You have 2 minutes. Please introduce yourself and state the ward you are from.
Thank you for the opportunity. I come from Ward 86. I am Mamumwe Rane.
At the table, please. You can proceed, ma'am. You've got an extra 10 seconds.
You're taking my time. My issue in my ward is communication from the ward councillor. And there's the ward committee members, they don't consult us, they don't call meetings, they don't talk to us. We don't know what is happening in our ward. What communication, they are failing the ward councillor and the ward committee. At the moment, I don't know who ward committee members are. It's a serious problem. Thank you very much.
Sorry, ma'am, can you just say your name again and your ward?
I said my name is Moerane, Mamu Moerane.
Ward?
86.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Sir, you can step forward. Please start with your name and ward number.
Okay, hello, my name is Michael Hunt. I'm from Ward 86. We have a bridge that crosses the 6th Road, and unfortunately it's being eroded away by the weather and lack of maintenance. We went through the system in October, we submitted a thing, and then when you get to page 50, which shows where the project should be, it is not there. And I would like to know why it's not there, and we haven't had any feedback at all. Further down the road, the West Road and 5th, they've also got a bridge, and it's been on the IDP in the 2023-2024, but nothing is happening. For 3 or 4 years, the bridge has been closed off, and nobody's doing anything to repair it. So what I'd like to say is that we don't want it to go the same way. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much, sir. Ma'am, please start with introducing yourself and your ward.
My name is Natalie Solomons. I'm from Ward 88.
Can I ask the rest of the room, please? The noise is starting to become quite loud in the front. The people at the back, especially on the left, can I ask, please, that you just keep it down? Thank you, ma'am. You can proceed.
My name is Natalie Solomons. I'm from Ward 88. The concerns I have is the facilities in our ward. We've got one of the only facilities in Ward 88 that is part of Rand Central, which is the LFA under SAFA. We have been playing at that facility since 2018. The speaker knows me. I've reported this thing a few times about the facility, us going through Sports and Rec. Then I was told to go to JPC in 2018 already. We're still on the facility. We're still looking after the facility. We run organizations where we do child protections on that facility. We do sporting programs. We are affiliated to the schools in our ward. And we still have the problem where we don't have a proper lease. We can't do the work we're doing. We brought in our own sponsors since 2018, looking after that facility, and we're still getting a problem from Sports and Rec. The city has never assisted us to do anything on that facilities, and we're still getting a problem from the facility, from the city. So what it is that the city can do for us to make sure that our programs can run properly on that facilities. We've got sponsors that can come in there that can do lots of stuff for us, but because of the city not doing justice by us, we are not able to do a lot more on the facilities. Also, we have officials coming from the city onto the property there because we've got our own security that we pay for every month, and they're coming to want monies from us to pay them, then they will help us. Why must we be doing stuff like that when we are out using our own sponsors to put money into our facilities, and we're not getting no help from Sports and Rec or the city?
10 seconds.
And then other sporting people are coming in and wanting to be on the facility where we are, and we live in the ward.
Thank you, ma'am. Your time's up.
Thank you.
So you can please start by mentioning your name and which ward you represent.
Thank you very much. I'm very peaceful and disciplined, so I'm not expecting any reaction from either yourself, Chair, or the Speaker. Now, I had to say it first. I'm not expecting any reaction, but when I saw there were wards that were not represented, and I did not get an opportunity from Ward 82 to speak, so I blessed myself with these 2 minutes. My name is Kenneth Seattle from Ward 82. We had 2 speakers already from Ward 82. I had to stand up because they spoke well, I support them. But nobody spoke on behalf of Katrada Park. Katrada Park is also in Ward 82. And this fashion must come to an end that whenever we speak about Ward 82, we speak about Ward 82 to the exclusion of Katrada Park. Now, Comrade Speaker, and all of you comrades MMCs, do you really have plan for Katrada Park? Do you even think about it? Do you even know that there is an area in Ward 82 called Katrada Park? I started attending IDPs since 2011. It's very well close to 20 years.
You have 30 seconds
it's
remaining,
fine. Then don't disturb me, please. It's very close to 20 years I've been attending this IDP. There is not a single thing that I can go to Katrada. We can go to Katrada after here. You can't show me one thing that you can say that the city has achieved in terms of Katrada Park. So today...
10 seconds remaining.
Please, you are disturbing me. Give me answers, straightforward answers concerning Katrada Park. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Please, can I ask the room to settle down? We can't hear. Can I ask the room to please settle down? Ma'am, you can proceed. Please start with your name and your ward. I'm sorry that the residents are disrespecting you, ma'am, but you can proceed.
My name is Winifred Jill Ahamefule. I'm from Ward 98. We've been coming to these meetings in a way that today some of our communities did not come out. I think they are angry because we've been promised low-cost houses or RDP house somewhere in Felens, the place they call Jerusalem. We were promised that they're going to build RDP houses because in Windsor West and Windsor East is congested, and it causes this blockage of drainage. So you will find it running through the streets. and nothing has been done. We've been promised that they'll build that RDP flats in Felens, and it hasn't happened. Again, I've been reporting there is a flat or townhouse above our street. So it runs through, the stormwater runs through our street in a way that sometimes is not stormwater. I do not know how pipes they connect, that we'll see sewer running through in front of our gates. We've been reporting this and nothing has ever happened. I've been coming to this meeting reporting this. They were supposed to put their pipes underground, so they did not. It's on top. So whenever there's rain conditions and all those things, that's what I wanted to tell. Poor living conditions in Windsor East is congested and nothing is happening. People, they need locals houses, rent to own or RDP houses.
10 seconds left, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ma'am, please introduce yourself and the ward you represent. You may begin.
My name is Beauty Ndlovu. I'm a ward committee member. We are here because we are frustrated. As one of my neighbors just said, Uguti, this is really frustrating. We've been coming here year after year, but nothing. There's no service delivery. And then I want to know about the rebates. I do have elders who've applied for this. What is the turning point? Because they never had all those rebates. I think it's more than 5 years now. Another thing, I want to know about the spaza shops. Ne? Why, whenever we raise this thing of the spaza shop, do we still have inspectors here? Because I don't see any inspectors. In fact, the more you complain is the more you become an enemy with the SAPs. Yeah. I was even chucked out of the meetings because I was complaining. The community complains to us and we take it to the SAPs. But now because of busy complaining about the spaza shops, I was chucked out of the, Kanja, what is it? Okay, no, it's fine. We have a swimming pool, ne? That has been complained each and every year. And we have those homeless who are staying there, and there's no peace in the community because of those people who still keep on burning things in that swimming pool. We want it to be destroyed so that the community will have peace. Okay,
you have 30 seconds remaining, ma'am.
Yeah, I think it's fine because.
Can you just confirm you are from Ward 98?
I'm from Ward 98, yes. It's two of us. Okay,
thank you so much. The next speaker, if you can please introduce yourself. If you can introduce yourself and the ward you represent.
I am in 99. My name is Neil Meyer. I'm also a water activist. So I'm going to speak along those lines because our ward is a reasonably luxurious ward. But yes, we have not had any CapEx projects coming our way. We're also not having any coming in the next 3 years. Obviously, that makes us unhappy. We have, like everybody, water towers in our area, for instance, Linden, and they are going down because they are not being looked after. This is a city-wide problem that needs to be addressed, and we all know it needs to be addressed. And it is said that we as the civics have got it actually on the municipality's radar in the end. So my question would be, why has it been neglected for such a long time? Let's say over the last 60 years at least. Most of the problems are now coming home to roost along the east-west line here on the ridge because that's where the old areas were built. But yes, it has a knock-on effect that goes all the way north. At the moment in Kensington, it goes all the way north to Alexandra and to Calvin. So sorry that I'm now sort of addressing you. I should actually address those people over there. But
You're
we
correct
all
to address
have
it through me.
problems. Her still is a problem. We know that Brixton has been taking 10 years. I will not even mention who has not been doing anything and who has been doing on that, on the party way, but we need new ideas, okay?
20
All our
seconds left.
I hear so. All the main lines at the moment are walking north to south. We've got no, if there's a problem over there, it impacts everything to the south and to the north. We must get an east-west line that runs around the ridge that is new infrastructure and brings us water.
Thank you, sir. Your time is up. Ma'am, please can you introduce yourself and tell us which ward you represent?
Ngibingelela nonke nikhuluma nomhlali waseRandburg. I'm the community leader eRandburg. Ngikhuluma noNjinji. uNjinji.
Ward number, ma'am.
Ward 102 eRandburg. And
Proceed.
ngizoqala ngokukhuluma ngekhansela lethe Ward 102. 102.
You can continue, ma'am.
Ngizoqala ngokukhuluma ngekhansela lethe Ward 102 elisha elibekiwe. Angisazukhuluma ngelidala. Sengizokhuluma ngelisha ikhansela elibekiwe. Ngizocela ikhansela lethe elibekiwe manje Ward 102. Ibe nathi ku ground lisibize sibe nali meeting silitshele izikhalo zethu esinazo Ward 102 ngoba sisebenza iground 102 kodwa ikhansela lethu asikakalibone libekiwe. It's me, I'm working hard for community and I'm helping a community a lot. Mungabuza ngonjinji eRandburg akekho ngamazi. Last sasijabulile kufika ubaba uKhenny Kunene. uKhenny Kunene noma kufika abama MMC asitshelwa thina as a community. Vele sibabona kuthiwa nampa abafikile bazokwenza into etso. And sifuna ukwazi mabekuza iMMC funeke sazi ukuthi kuze iMMC as a community. Sitshele laba abantu ukuthi sinama njengamanje sine problem ku CPD. Ku CPD sine problem. IKC ayisabonakali amashop awasabonakali eRandburg. Ama foreigner abeke the way afuna ukubeka ngakhona. Sisebenza hard thina masiwasusa ayabuyela khona. Amapolice emetha wayawasusa bayabuyela. ICPF eRandburg asiyazi qala iCPF eRandburg kungabi iCPF yeDA kuphela. Makumixwe sanko kube nabantu abamnyama. Asiyazi kuthiwa kune CPF sile epolice station. Kwathiwa kune CPF asiyazi thina iCPF. Asiyazi thina iforum thina eRandburg. Siyasebenza thina as a community.
Siyabuyelela kakhulu mama uxesha kuphelile ngoku siyasifala xolo. Ixesha kuphelile ngoku mama. Xolo uthetha mnandi but ixesha kuphelile. Xolo ma ixesha kuphelile ngoku uyathetha mnandi but siyasicela hamba kakuhle hlala mnandi. Can we have the next speaker, please? Ma'am, can you introduce yourself and the ward you represent?
I'm Karu, Ward 102, the Ward Committee of...
Sorry, ma'am, you're going to have to repeat yourself. Sorry, can I ask the room, please, one more time? It's very, very disturbing to have to keep asking for everybody to just keep down. We need to hear the questions. It's the only way that we can respond. I'm asking, please, we have 3 more people to present. Please, can we get through these questions? Keep the noise down. Ma'am, please introduce yourself and the ward you represent.
Karu, Ward Committee, Randburg, Ward 102. A technical question. I've been asked, how is it possible that the latest applications that we're receiving from places of worship, there's not sufficient parking? And we're trying to see a trend across northern suburbs that they're parking in the roads, in public areas. Is that the new legislation that they don't have to pay for parking facilities because they will be taxed, as one the previous speaker said? So if I can just have clarity on what is the new rules at the City of Joburg. And then I'm looking here at 336,000 for the upgrade of Randburg CBD. What do you want to do with 336,000 for the upgrade of Randburg CBD? It's insufficient. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. The next speaker, may you please introduce yourself and the ward you represent?
Okay, my name is Martin Mkhoko, and then I represent Ward 104.
Sorry, 102?
104.
104.
Yes. And
Thank you.
104 is, because it's on the border of 104 and 102. So we share Walter Sisulu Sports Complex, and we have the issue of with the associations that are running there. They're complaining that they only get a lease, a 1 month lease, and they would like to have more because when we try to participate, there's nothing concrete that you can come up with, especially in terms of sports development. And another thing that I want to talk about is the Fontainebleau Open Park. There we have vagrants living there. It's like more than 20 people have made a human settlement on a public park. They live there, and last month we picked up a dead body in front of our yard because we don't know, but the person who was, the lady who was raped and killed there frequented that park. And there's always house breakings and petty theft. It's just a lot going on that park. So if we can have someone just consider enforcing the bylaws or even fencing it off, because it's not even a park you can walk on. There are needles everywhere. Those people, they use that for as the toilet and the water, and also for the water supply. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. It's our final question. Can you please introduce yourself and the ward you are from, sir?
Okay, thank you. All protocols observed. This is Christo Murolong from 117. I think for me, it's just two clarities that I need. Firstly, there was a CAPEX project that was budgeted for in the last IDP session, and I think the budget was approved for the taxi and Rosebank taxi renewal program. We finished the first phase, and I think it was finished 3 to 4 years ago. We're still waiting for the second phase. The last IDP, there was a budget for that, for the second phase. So I see here on this draft, it's not there. I'm not sure what's happening to that. And secondly, the Zoo Lake swimming pool has been closed for some time. So when I check with City Parks, what's the plan for that to be opened? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Once again, a reminder, if you haven't had a chance to raise a question today, please fill out one of the forms or scan the QR code. Submissions are able to be made until the 18th of May at 5 p.m. Thank you very much for all your contributions today. Madam Speaker, back to you.
Thank you so much. I must say, when I listened to the last question, I think you have gone through the document and you have asked with all relevance to what was presented. And I think you did a good job, the gentleman that spoke last. I'm now going to call, I first want to say welcome to the MMC of Human Settlements. MMC Mabaso is here. The buses are leaving at 2 o'clock. And if the buses leave and you are not in the bus, we are not going to make alternate arrangements. So please, and some of you that have asked questions has already left. I am going to ask these following departments and entities to come forward. Housing, Joburg Water, Environment and Infrastructure, Transportation, City Parks and Zoo, Planning, City Power, Community Development, Social Development, Economic Development, JRA, Public Safety, Revenue, Pick It Up, and Health. In the absence of these officials that are not here, I'm going to ask the MMCs to respond to the questions. The acting mayor will close. All those entities, can you come forward so that you respond? If you are not here, the various MMCs will respond. MMC Mabaso on human settlements will come and respond. And I honestly don't think that they can respond if you're making a noise. Some of your questions we could not even hear because your own residents made a noise. MMC, over to you. It comes from Zamampilo.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Greetings to yourself, the acting executive mayor, MMC Gunene, the MMC of Roads and Transport, the chairpersons of oversight committees that are present, the councillors, the officials of the city of Johannesburg, and the residents of Region B. As introduced, my name is Mlungis Mabaso, the MMC for Human Settlements. Speaker, I have been able to capture the issues that have been raised relating to the Department of Human Settlements. But if I have omitted some of the issues that have been raised, I will request that our residents submit in writing those issues so that we are able to receive them from the office of the Speaker. Speaker, there were concerns which were raised from the residents of Zamimpilo, requesting for basic services and other service delivery related issues. Speaker, I can safely say that Zamimpilo as an informal settlement, through our assessment as the Department of Human Settlements, was categorized as C, which is a relocation of the entire informal settlement. So the only thing that we are required by law to provide within that informal settlement is interim services. But Speaker, there have been numerous interventions that have been made by the city of Johannesburg with regards to Zamimpilo. When Pennyville development was conceived, it was meant to address the housing issues for Zamimpilo. But not all the residents were relocated. Then they were linked to flare-off development, and not all of them have been relocated. So with flare-off, we are still proceeding with the development, and the additional identified beneficiaries will then be relocated. But as we are preparing for Hotrand allocations, we've got 41 beneficiaries that are approved within Zamimpilo that are going to Hotrand mega development. The only challenge that we have, Speaker, is that every time when we relocate certain beneficiaries, we've got other people that reoccupy the spaces, and that is the biggest challenge. But over and above that, we've got a lot of illegal mining operations that are happening within the informal settlement. So now, the other issue that we need to address at Zamimpilo is that, because I went there, Speaker, for an operation, and upon our arrival, we then discovered that somebody had advised those that are engaging in these illegal activities of our visit in the area. So they were nowhere to be found when we got there. So those are other issues that we need to deal with, because it means that within the leadership, there are those that are working with the criminals as Zamimpilo that we need to deal with. But there is another visit that you are planning, Councillor, because the 41 that you are going to take to Hotrand, we need to see where they are residing so that you are able to demolish their shacks, the 41 of them. So we will be coming before the end of May to Zamimpilo. Then there are issues that are related to the flats. Speaker, including the Maxwell Court. Speaker, we've done everything on our side. We've submitted to budget office. So we are just waiting for Treasury to give us money so that we are able to deal with our dilapidated flats. What is happening with Maxwell Court and any other flats within this region, Speaker, it's something that requires our agents' intervention as the city of Johannesburg. So I had requested the department to prepare a business plan, MMCs, and that business plan has been submitted to national government as well, because we are trying to mobilize resources even outside the city of Johannesburg so that we are able to attend to the issues of maintenance within our flats. But we have done all the necessary work internally. We have submitted to Treasury, and we are hoping that as we are approaching the next financial year, we will be able to get something that will assist us to deal with maintenance issues for all our flats in the region. The last issue that I want to talk to, Speaker, in fact, and I got confused, when one of our colleagues or leaders from Katrada Park was speaking here. Because, Speaker, I can confirm that Katrada Park is one of the informal settlements that is in our UISP business plan. There is work that we are doing in Katrada Park. We've got consultants that we have appointed. There are PSC meetings that are sitting and they are being chaired by the Ward Council, and that I can confirm in this IDP session speak. We've got electrification project in Katrada Park. The only problem that we have with Katrada Park is that we've got a lot of illegal immigrants within the informal settlement. That is our problem. But what compounds that problem is that when we went for verification, our own South African people are protecting the illegal immigrants in the informal settlement. And that's why we are unable to deal with the congestion of the informal settlement. So our leaders must assist us. They must not protect the foreign nationals in these spaces because they make it impossible for us to provide services to our own residents. So the councillor is here. We've got the program there. We've got a contractor to electrify the informal settlements. But leaders as well assist us. We need to deal with the illegal immigrants because the informal settlement is congested and it's because of those people. So thank you very much, Speaker. I think I've covered all the issues.
Thank you so much, MMC. So the problem is we are our own problem. Can I get MMC Kunene? Welcome to the MMC of Economic Development, MMC Mnisi.
Regidumedisa Mpagati. I have asked the JRA staff to be here, and they are here, so they will assist me in responding to certain questions so that I don't mislead you. I don't want to lie to you. I want to give you the correct answers. The issue of Reavaya Westbury, we have started with the bus stations of Reavaya. Noordgeseg we have done. We have done Bosmont, the 2 stations on Bosmont we have done. And now we are starting with the Westbury station. So the Westbury station will be fixed within no time. That one in Soweto is done. We have also done, I think, the one in Diepkloof. All those stations are working. So those that are not yet done, we are still coming to them. The issue of speed humps by the schools. What is the street where you need the speed hump? I think there's a lady that spoke about speed humps by the schools. In Ward 80. Which lady is that? Who spoke about speed humps next to the school? What is the name of the street? What's the first? While she's coming, Depot Manager, Bra Andrew, come next to me here so that we can just deal with these things fast. Then there's a bridge that was on IDP from 2023. Okay, what's the name of the street?
It's not just one street. We need speed humps in all the streets. It's Rose Street. It's the schools in New Clare. We're talking about Claremont. We're talking, you started in Westbury.
All right,
I'm
so
well
is-
aware of Westbury
so
High
is-
School. You've done Westbury High School.
I've done Westbury High School, I know. So you are saying New Clare, Claremont, there are schools there.
All the surrounding,
All right,
all the
sharp.
primary schools.
Sondela ba. Thank you, ma'am. Sondela, yeah. These are my people here. So, Bakala, Nama speed humps next to the schools. I gave an instruction at JRA. I said the schools, the clinics, the hospitals, we must put speed humps. The petitions can come after. When are we going to put speed humps? Give them the date, give them the week, give them the time. Now.
Thank you very much, MMC. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Makosi Ndaba. I'm a JRA depot manager. I'm promising that we'll start with the inspection around Region B, especially with the schools, as MMC has stated, where there is no speed humps. We'll then start making sure or installing those speed humps as from next week until we finish all those schools. Thank you.
So we are not promising depot manager, we are committee. Yeah, as change language. I promise, ifana ne promise ring. Akuko kutu uzomshada. I promise ring is not marriage. So sing a promise, ngoba I promise you can break. We must commit. So next week, inspections will start with the speed humps. So that's our commitment. Which means we need to take the numbers of that lady. Every time we have done an inspection, we are going to do the speed hump. Let's inform the councillor. Let's inform her. The council has raised these issues already. That's why Ward 82, that's why high school was done. Councillor Simons has already raised these issues with us. All right, wait, don't go. The bridge that was raised here is on 6th and West Street and 5th and West Culvert bridges. Can you tell them that bridge has been there from 2023 financial year? Can you respond to them? Uguti, kwenzakalani? If we are going to fix, when are we fixing? I'm not going to bother myself with izinto engazazi because abo aba implementa i-budget. Angithi? Batshele baba.
Good afternoon, residents, and to the meeting, to the leadership of COJ. In terms of the bridge in Greymont, which is 5th and West, which has been closed, I think MMC, if I'm not mistaken, well over 4 or 5 years, it's been closed. And then now we've got 6th and West, that's starting to give way. So what we've done as the region, we've done our inspections, we gave it to head office, the planning team, they've done their detailed investigations, they've done designs to fix the bridges. So the only thing that's left, MMC, is for budget to be allocated for both those bridges to be fixed. So once that budget is found and released, they can be repaired, Chair. Thank you.
Nizwile ke base bayenze ama designs, planning has been done. The gentleman that raised the issue of the bridges, the planning has been done. They are just waiting for the budget so that they can implement that bridge. Now let's talk to the potholes. The potholes are all over, especially during this time of the rain. The problem of potholes is the issue of our road infrastructure. It's old, 60 years old, 70 years old. In 2023, wrote to the provincial government and to the president of the country, Ntate Cyril Ramaphosa. I said to them, we need extra budget because what we are collecting as the city is not enough for us to be able to fix our road infrastructure. I asked for additional funding. Ntate Ramaphosa came here to Johannesburg. He confirmed that I wrote to him and asked for billions to fix the infrastructure of Johannesburg. Unfortunately, that money has not come. But there are things that we have been able to do with what we have. We are making our own asphalt. That's why we can resurface the roads. That's why we can be able to do potholes. Where we have not reached you, we are coming. We need to do more. Unfortunately, we are limited by the budget. But with what we have, we are doing our best. Please report to the depots. Don't be afraid to go to the depot and report your streets. Because the depots will choose roads that are not important for the community. The community must be the one that say to us, leave that street, go and fix that one. Leave that road, go and fix that one. Do that stormwater. You must tell us. If you don't tell us, we will come and fix where you don't even need fixing. And this is what I get every time I go to communities. The issue of community meetings, Sharp, you can go. Thank you very much. The issue of community meetings. Bahlali, I tried to do community meetings. Abantu abezi. I was saying, let me come and listen to what you want me to do. In Soweto, people didn't come. In Orange Farm, people didn't come. Only in Tepisong, people came. And after they told me what they needed, we went with the graders. We went to do the roads that they told us to do. So when I call a community meeting and say I'm coming to listen to you, it's because I want you to tell us where we must work. When you don't come, ara puta puta, ki kenela blue lighting ele patalanye kino itsamayela. Hale atla ke meeting. That is how I operate. So, Tepisong, we fixed streets, we fixed roads that have not been fixed in many years because they came to the meeting and they told us what to do. In the Spaza shops, that one is our problem. I want Spaza shops out. I want every Pakistani to be out of our community. I want that. And I know that MMCs want that. However, the law, how national government has done it, is holding us. But we are going to get it right. But we need you as community to support us when we take inspectors to go and inspect those places and take those people out. We need your support as the community. Lastly,
before you go forward, I need you to speak when you are done. You need to speak to Metro Bus because they are going to take out people at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Everybody hasn't responded.
Okay.
Please ask Metro Bus to give us little extra time.
All right. I think I've touched on a few issues. The issue of illegal immigrants. It is here. They must go, all of them. And they are going to go. That time is around the corner. We have to get rid of them. They are destroying our infrastructure. They are committing crimes. They are stealing our cables. They are messing up our robots. All that they do is distraction. So there's no question about that. Labo, they have to go. Metrobus. Tell Metrobus drivers there. Call the MT. Tell them to give us another 30 minutes. The MMCs wants to respond. We will leave at 2:30. Tell them the boss is instructing. We will leave at 2:30. Thank you very much.
They better run to those drivers and tell them that I want to welcome MMC Squaile, and I'm also going to, in the same breath, call him to the podium He's been watching and he knows exactly the questions. Thank you, MMC.
Thanks, Speaker. Speaker of Council, Umama Margaret Arnolds, fellow MMCs, fellow councillors with us here, and most importantly, officials of the city of Johannesburg that are amongst us, taking notes of what you have said. Let me extend my greeting once again to the residents of this region. The most progressive region, Speaker. Speaker, I think we take note of what, in fact, is happening around Pennyville, the issue of electricity around Pennyville, that the dispute are having with City Power. Angit? City Power, aya shama transformer nangit. So councillor ungifonele phambi kwayizolo councillor lobi. I think izolo. What abantu bami bayalwa abanawo gas. Because we're in a meeting at section 79 ngathumele City Power to then assist him. But I will do follow up. But what we'll do abahlali, we will fix the transformer. But what is more important now, you must allow then City Power to do normalization processes. Bayenza ama-audit, normalize, banifakele ama-smart meters. So that at least those abangakwazi ukuthenga ugesi, ningawari. Councillor will indicate ukuthi nginabantu about 3,000 abangakwazi ukuthenga ugesi. And as a result, they can't afford electricity. So labantu councillor uyazi ukuthi how do we assist abantu abanjengala? We register them to our own database. I am told now, Councillor Lobi, ukuthi ESP and payments of the city, you are able to do them online. What we call them Joburg. So you are to upload them document wakho ku Joburg, register ku ESP. Ingcono kimi mawukuthi kunabantu abawu 4,000 abangakhokhi ugesi but bakhona ku ESP. Siyazwana bahlali. Uma ningakhokhi ninonke kungcono but uma nikhona ku ESP is better. Because ESP will submit this information to National Treasury. National Treasury then give us grants for those communities. Now, if I'm not registered, it means that it's going to be a power loss. So that at City Power, just over 40% electricity loss in Johannesburg. Now we'll assist you, Councillor Lobu, with that one in Pennyville. Now, I'm told Ward 69, there's no street lights. Now, we are here with colleagues from City Power. Can I see colleagues from City Power? Oh, there is Lufuno. Abotsepo, they are here. Olufuno is an acting coup at City Power, and my far right, Danie. So the acting coup of City Power is here. He's taking your notes. Lufuno, at least let's get it to a point that by tomorrow we send a team at Ward 69 to do the analysis and do that particular work there. Siyabonga, thanks so much, Councillor. The high mast lights, yes, we are waiting for them to come in this current financial term. We will distribute them equitably. So, but we'll liaise with your councillor and give us some hotspots where high masts are needed. And I must say, Speaker, high masts are in high demand. By our phone about. Now, kuna informal settlement ekuthiwa izamempilo kuthi abahlushwa amanzi. The question is that there is no water at Zamempilo and also, I think also toilets there. And I also of the view that that is actually an informal settlement. Joburg got a corner here. We've taken your note. We'll ensure that this coming week, Zamempilo must have water. If we are crying about potable water there, we should be able to assist you in this coming week in Zamempilo. So colleagues will keep on working very hard to deliver street lighting to yourselves. We are trying by all means to move away from cables because copper is being stolen, aluminium is being stolen. We are moving away from those two. We are now wanting to use high, solar lights, street lights that are powered by solar across the city. So siyathemba nazo ngeke zitshontshe kakhulu. Now we had a discussion at Joburg that we must fix all the excavations. Because uma singafix ama-leaks and excavations, kuzoba ne-issue yama-potholes le uKhenny bekakhuluma ngawo. Now they've made their own agreement between Joburg and GRA that if this one dig and fix a pipe, GRA will then come and do the refilling, reinstate that particular asphalt. So it's a very important milestone. Let me thank you so much. I know there are other water challenges in this area. We'll keep on working very hard to deliver you quality services that you deserve as residents of the City of Johannesburg. Speaker, I thank you. Thanks.
Okay, that's the last MMC that spoke. I'm going to have MMC of Economic Development that's going to address you. She has 2 minutes, and then we will go to the acting mayor to be addressing us. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Mine is a short one. It's on the issue of the lease agreement that I was informed it has expired, and currently the association is on month-to-month arrangement with JPC. I am not sure because I only saw Joburg Market and DED. Maybe if you can assist me, colleagues of DED, in locating colleagues from JPC so that we expedite the process and assist the officials, or rather, assist the community and the association that is here with the issue of the lease agreement. Taking note that there are processes, there's a regulation that needs to be followed. We don't ring fence lease agreements for one association or one forum or whatsoever, but we open the process once the lease agreement has expired so that the process is free, fair for everyone who wants to occupy that facility. So I would refer you to the officials from DED. They are there at the back, just next to the banner of Joburg Market. They will then assist you. Thank you so much, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Acting Mayor, can we get your closing remarks?
Okay, no, thank you very much, Madam Speaker. As I close, I think there's a gentleman who spoke about a bridge that was closed for some time and needs to be attended to. If he can give us more information on that, we'll appreciate that. On spaza shop inspectors, we must admit that we do have a shortage of capacity in terms of manpower. And as a result, some areas will be affected, but we're working on addressing it, provided we're given budget to attend to that issue. Somebody spoke about the swimming pool as well. We want to understand where is the swimming pool, if you can share details so that we can check which implementing agency is responsible for that swimming pool to be opened. Just give us that information. You can come here in front. The issue around CAPEX project on the taxi rank second phase, I think as well there, if you can come forward so that we can give us more information and we can attend to that. But otherwise, I think we want to thank residents for submitting their issues and want to also appreciate departments for responding and also committing on the work that must be done going forward. I think we are looking forward to further engagements with our communities and our residents in the city of Johannesburg. Thank you very much, residents.
Thank you so much to the Acting Executive Mayor, to all the MMCs present, to the councillors present, as well as the officials. I want to thank you. But to the residents, I want to say that if we don't have these sessions, and if we don't have it in a constructive manner, as the executive, they are unable to do their work. But I also want to set the record straight. The Speaker is not part of the executive. The Speaker and the chairpersons do oversight over the executive. There are two centers of power. The one is executive, the other one is legislature. So if they don't do your work, you need to tell us. But you can't expect me to fix a bridge, to fix a swimming pool, and to do things like that. I also want to say to you, we are going to live in this fashion. The people that are on my left, which is your right, in a very orderly manner, you are going to leave through that door there. There's a lady standing. There's a gentleman that's waving. Wave your hand. You are going to leave that way. The people that is on my right hand, that is your left hand, turn your heads and look to the back. There's a lady waving. You are going to leave through that door, but don't run now. Wait. You are going to do it in an orderly fashion. And then I want to announce there is enough food for the residents. For the residents. Officials and people like me, go home and eat at home. Residents this way, yeah, and residents that way, you can make your way now. Thank you very much.